Hello and welcome to Rush Racing League Division 5, Baku Round 6. I'm your commentator tonight. It's Dito, joined by Nishka, mate. How are you feeling about tonight?
Yeah, pretty good, mate. I enjoyed the Div 1 race the other night. Back here again for Div 5. Let's hope for a bit of a less chaotic outcome than the Div 1 race.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a mixed weekend. Obviously, Div 4, 2 and 1 have already done their races around here and all have shown different sort of races. Some have shown more drama than others, but be interesting to see what tonight delivers. Before we jump over, we'll thank our sponsors SRC, Simlag, Pagnian and AI369, of course. But we'll jump over to this gameplay because I think these guys are about to kick off with qualifying. And it looks dry at this stage, which is good to see. And a lot of new names tonight, reserving up or reserving in, which is really good to see. So we'll see how they go. And of course, watching the familiar favourites to see how they go, of course, if they can continue their form. But anyone in particular you got your eyes on, mate?
Not really in particular. I'm just I'm keen to see how some of these other reserves go that are racing tonight. Obviously trying to push a case, trying to get a seat with silly season just around the corner. So yeah, definitely looking towards guys like you got Bazza there in the Ferrari. You got Shaz's God in the McLaren. We've also got, what else we got there? I think VX Gritter, I think he's a reserve also. Aardvark will be looking to secure a seat too, and Mr. Panda Oz. So yeah, we've got a fair few reserves in here, so yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they go, Dito.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. Stacked grid, 20 on the grid tonight. Hopefully we have everyone finish. It is a bit of a brutal check, as we all know. Can deliver all sorts of results for you if you can get it done, but yeah, it's a long race here. Very brutal, but we're on board with Yog. He'll be the first to start off a fire lap. Be interesting to see what the pace is tonight. We've obviously seen a mix of pace throughout the other divisions, but track looks a little bit overcast, not too bad though. Normal quality conditions, to be fair. We haven't seen any rain yet in any of the other divisions. It's not massively likely here, but it is sometimes a threat. But we're right on board with Yog. See what he does with his battery. Most people using none up until the line at least, or even to the DRS mostly, before they flick it to medium. It's all about conserving enough battery to burn on that last straight, but we'll kick it off with Yog. He'll flick it on at the DRS and start his lap. Sort of maxing at the 340 Ks here. Jumps on the brakes, down to third. Have to be careful to not clip that inside wall. And gets on the power nice and easy there. Still saving a bit of battery, will burn a bit here. It goes really wide, taps the wall. Should not be a problem. Has a bit of traffic ahead of him at the moment. And hopefully this Alpine knows he's on a lap. It doesn't look like he does. No. And that is not good.
That is terrible. That's that's a shocking start there, and Aardvark be in some serious trouble, I think, with that one there. But thoughts on that, Dino?
Yeah, not good. Not good. I think it also affected Baz's lap also, possibly, in the Ferrari there. So I'm sure someone or the onboard will look at that, but I'm pretty sure Yog will be reporting that himself. Obviously, that would have affected him. Baz is actually invalidated there. Really easy to do on that outside exit. But yeah, it's unfortunate, man. I'm sure it was no ill intent from Aardvark, but it is easy to do sometimes if you're just not paying attention. But you can definitely, if you have that rear view mirror, he was definitely flying down that straight for a long while before he made contact there. Who else is on a lap? It looks like Gritto might be on a lap actually, but doesn't have a lot of battery. He burned a lot in that first sector. Which he's going to struggle to manage to obviously have enough battery for that back straight if he's on 40 at the moment, but we'll see how he goes anyway. Interesting to see how he goes reserving tonight. Obviously, like you said, Nish, got a lot of guys trying to prove their point. put a case forward for silly season where people are TPs might be looking to make some swaps or fill empty seats. It's the first time we're being able to do that this season, so it's all happening after Baku. And there we finally got a lap time in. These guys really struggling to get a lap time on the board at the moment, but 140.5 at the 13-minute mark in quali. So there's sort of our pace at this stage. Be interested to see who else wraps up a lap here.
Deadly's about to come across the line here, I think, from the Williams. See what he does.
40.9.
Yeah, that's not too bad of a lap just for a little banker for these boys. And yeah, I think we'll see this track ramp up as the session goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. Shaz goes P3 with a 42.9. Possibly struggling there. He's actually just getting out of the way, I think, into turn 1. SJ goes fastest now for 40.3 in the Alpine. So that's a solid time from him. And then Jutsi, 39.8 for a banker. Solid time for the Aston. And I tell you what, Aston are really looking on form this weekend. And Gritto, talking about form, he just put on P5, 41.4. So, but watch out for Aston tonight. Did really well. Obviously, Div 2 with 1 ton. They've got some pace this weekend. Bazza still invalidated. Who else? Kiwi maybe. Yes. Take us on board with a lap with Kiwi, mate.
Yep, on him now. So he's burning down through this first ARS sector. And he's down to 65%. Comes into the corner, down into the 3rd gear. Nicely done. Up to 5th. Quickly gets down into 2nd gear. Not a bad first sector. Burning his battery down to 70%, which looks about right for now. Oh, gets right up close against that wall, using every bit of the track. This looks like not a bad lap from Kiwi so far as he heads towards the notorious castle section. Let's see how he navigates through here. He's got a fair bit of battery saved up here for this back straight. To see how much he burns here. A little bit slow there through castle. We'll see if that affects his lap time. Nicely done, those 2 cars getting out of the way on the left there. Down to 50%. See if he has a little burn out of here. No, he just wants to save it as he comes towards the home straight. This is looking like not too bad of a lap so far, Dito.
Yeah.
Let's see what his time's going to look like once it comes down to the line here. Expect him to burn his battery all the way down.
Yeah, he's still got a lot to play with, but he just obviously wants to make sure he has enough to get him to the line. See what time he sets here. Goes P7.
141.5.
Yeah.
It was looking a little bit quicker than that. I wonder if that castle section where it looked like he made a mistake, whether that cost him a fair bit of time there.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, interesting. Everyone using different sort of battery strategies as well. He did definitely use a lot more than a few of the other drivers we watched in that first sector. But also an interesting comment from RJ that there might be rain in the race. So that's really interesting if that is the case, because a lot of these guys running really low wings, some probably running no wings. If the rain does hit and it is here to stay, that will definitely cause them some sort of issue. As Quiet Cake, we're right on board with him as he comes up to the line. He's set a fastest middle sector but hasn't set a time yet, so I don't think that's for him just yet, but we'll wait and see. He has been quick. Rain to start, so that's interesting. That could be massive for the race. But Quiet Cake across the line, just runs out of battery but still puts it P5, 40.9. So it looks like the 40s at the pace tonight, which is good to see. We'll wait and see what some of these guys down the back can do, because Ranieri, as we know, can be super quick, and he's on a lap. I think he's got flashing fuel, but he is in medium and he is burning, so see what the Ferrari can do. Neither Ferrari setting a lap yet. Bazza has tried, but he did invalidate on his first flyer. And the session is starting to get to the pointy end now. Start to get to the bit where track is a little bit better, still not the best. But 9 minutes is a lot of guys on track, as you can see at this point. Ranieri has plenty of battery to burn. A little bit too far off the McLaren to get any sort of tow, but see what he can do here. Might have even gone for 2 out laps there to save enough fuel, but burn heaps of fuel, but see what he can do here. Might have even gone for 2 out laps there to save enough fuel, but see what he can do here. Might have even gone for 2 out laps there to save enough fuel, but see what he can do here. Let's see what time he can do. He puts P5, 40.6, so really close up there. For the whole top 10.
Not much between those sort of top 10 is there, with just Jatuzzi putting that one lap into 1:39. So that's a very good lap so far. But yeah, other than that, this top 10 can go any which way, Dito, I reckon.
Yeah, I mean, you only need a couple of tenths and you can be on a massive lap here to get you up into maybe the top 5. But Arvark might even have an impede of his own now. And that will definitely be looked at after the race, because Arvark, 2 kicks in front of him there, I believe. Oh no, not 2. It's just 1 kick and another car. Daz was actually on a lap, I think. So who knows what happened there. Arvark goes P2 for 40.2, and he lost a lot of time in that last sector. I'm not sure what actually happened there. That was bizarre.
Yeah, this qualifying has been a little bit messy, hasn't it, Tito? With guys getting in the way and just a couple of collisions, and yeah, I think the onboards and the shoulds are going to have their work cut out for them after this.
Yeah, I think so, mate. I'm just on board with Panda. I think he's actually lost the left end plate for this quali lap, so still opting to go around possibly, but that will definitely hamper him. Is there anyone else closer to the finish here? Dutch has not set a time yet, and we saw him on the podium last week. Correct me if I'm wrong, I do believe he was on the podium last week, but yeah, he has got some serious form as of late, and has not set a time yet. So some of these guys maybe trying to save a set of sauce for the race, but if there's rain, who knows what's going to happen in a race with the strategy. And throw the strategy out the window with the rain.
Yeah, and look up near the top there. Aardvark getting that impeding there looked like he may have lost some time there. Still setting a 140.2, so be interesting to see if he can start pressing Jatuzzi if he gets out for another lap, and that'll really heat up for that pole position, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Dutch has managed to put it P5 there with a 40.4. The track is definitely ramping up, and these guys are getting faster. Yog just about to finish his lap. Still hasn't got a time on the board. Obviously, we saw earlier got impeded, but we'll wait and see what he can do here. Goes fastest with a 39.5 by a long shot too. Jutsi is a fair way back off him at this stage, so that's a huge lap from Yog.
Yeah, that's a storming lap from Yog. That's really good. We know that Yog showed pace at times through this season so far. It's more been for him about start keeping it clean in the race. So let's hope he's in for a change of fortunes tonight, and we can see a better improvement from Yog.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. If he can keep doing that time, I mean, that time alone is going to be hard to beat. Maybe Jutsi or even Grido there, but we'll have to wait and see if some of these guys haven't shown their pace yet. As China looks to be finishing his lap. There's plenty of battery here, or not really, but he'll have enough to get him to the line. He's got a little bit of a toe, possibly ahead of the kick. Just a little bit, maybe not too much, but it might be enough. He's actually run out of deploy. He goes P9 with 40.4. So we're seeing all sorts of different battery strategies here throughout the grid, and Jutsi does improve, but he's going to go in the pits. He was only a 1/10 up, so he's going to choose to go in the pits either way and just make sure he has enough time to get out again. As Deadly Fuller, currently P7, will be next to cross the line. He's actually got his teammate behind him, and he's actually his teammate's got a lot of speed here compared to him, so hopefully that doesn't cause any issues. But this is going to give Panda a bit of a tow here for sure. And Deadly's decided to pit, and we'll see what Panda does. Panda goes to 43.2. Fat Eagle has not set a time yet, so we'll jump on board with him in the Aston. And Fat Eagle, I mean, is one to watch. Oh, jumps the curb a bit there. Sets the car a little bit unstable, but nothing too hectic. But Fat Eagle is another one that can put a result on the board, Nishka, if it goes his way.
Yeah. If my memory serves me right, he got the win out in Monaco. So we're on another street circuit here. So yeah, expect a decent showing from Fat Eagle, and I think the Aston Martins could be right in the money if Fat Eagle can put a good lap together here.
Yeah, I think so. He should have enough battery if he stops burning at the moment just to get him to the line here, but he has gone the fastest in that second sector, but I'm pretty sure that's just that game glitch, but we'll wait and see what he can do. The only one with no time, and I don't think he'll be able to get back into the pits and out again, so this is all or nothing for Fat Eagle, and he's run out of battery before the line, so that's going to really hurt this last sector. Oh,
that could have been nasty.
oh no, that was close. I guess P18.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing here, Dito, a lot of these guys, as they're coming into the home straight, they're burning their battery quite early and leaving themselves like a long way short getting to the line, and that severely costs your lap time. So whether that's something the TPs or the engineers talk to these guys about before they come out on their last lap, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, well, to give you an idea, you usually want about 80% at that final corner before you start the last straight. That way you can basically just burn from that corner to the finish line. But if you've run out of battery like we're seeing, the car it's like a boat, and you can lose up to 5/10 sometimes depending how far back you lost the battery. Like Naps is about to run out of battery, or he hasn't run out of deploy, but he's just run out of actual battery to burn anything more. But yeah, it is such a hard track. It is such a hard track to get battery right, but we're seeing all sorts of different strategies throughout, and everyone does what they're comfortable to. And there's actually a bit of an incident in front of Naps here. I think Aston had a spin, but he just got out of the way, so no problems. And who else is on the lap? There's a lot of cars on track. So saw this in the previous divisions that can cause a bit of issues, but at the same time, everyone's trying to get out as late as possible. A lot of guys on track, so everyone needs to be really careful they don't get in any impeding. As Daz is on a lap, has a lot of traffic in front. First traffic is the McLaren. Shaz actually might be on a lap, so he doesn't really need to get out of the way at the moment, unless he's not on a lap. I think both McLarens are on a lap. But this is gonna... Oh, Daz so close there to clipping the outside of the castle. Manages to navigate through, and this McLaren isn't using battery ahead, so gets out the way there. And Daz has enough battery, as we were discussing before, jumps the curb a little bit, will burn down to about 70, I would say. And we'll see what he can do here as he goes fastest in the middle sector.
The Hasses are on for a big showing here. NDMV just going third.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at Haas at the moment, P1, P3. Sorry, I don't know if that's what you just said.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, I just totally misheard you. But yeah, that's huge for Haas if they can lock that in. Daz did improve, I think, but he's P7. Fat Eagle's retired, so he can't get out again, obviously, like we said. Who else is on a lap? Ranieri looks to be on a lap. Oh, what's happened here? Naps and a Haas have crashed. Oh no, that's not good. And that's given Yoga a 5 grid penalty there. There's drama in this quali.
It'll be one for the stewards to have a look at, or the onboards if we caught that. I didn't quite see that. I was on board with SJ actually coming into the home straight. He's on a lap. Let's see if he can improve on that 140.3. I'm led to believe in the rumours I'm hearing it's actually SJ's last drive for Alpine, so he'll be looking for a team at silly season. So he'll be looking for a good performance here, and he goes 5th fastest.
Yes, that's a solid time for him. He's just out of the 39s there. Really close, to be fair. Behind Deadly Fuller. And Quiet Cake will go P12. thought that was a better time. It's still 4/10 improvement, but just shows you how close this grid is at the moment with these guys. Are really, really tense in it for some of them. Minmay up to the line, has the battery, ran out of deploy just before the line. Still going to hurt him a little bit. Currently P17, still 8/10 up, goes to P9, which is a solid time from him. Naps is in the pits, Shaz is done, Panda's done, Yog isn't. Yog has one more go at it here. He's got he's got no wings, so this can't beat. No, he's 30 seconds up. Daz in the pits, so that might be our quali.
Yeah, it's looking that way.
I'll tell you what, that was a bit of a drama-filled quali. A lot more drama than we've seen in the previous races, as far as quali goes. But yeah, Haas looking good. VX Griddo getting up into P5 there at the end. And Ranieri also P3. And Jutsi, of course, in P2. But a few names up there to really shake this battle up.
Yeah, it's gonna make for an interesting race. Hearing about this rain, so we know a lot of guys are running these low wings. So how that's going to affect them during the race, as we've probably seen in the other races in the dry, those low wings make it very hard to get past. But yeah, in the wet could be a completely different kettle of fish.
Yeah, I'm hearing it's a 90% chance of rain at the start of the race. So that could be interesting. Definitely, I don't know if it's a full rain race. You'd obviously probably change your setup, but if it's only a little bit, then yeah, you'd probably just leave it. As Yog, unfortunately, with that 5th position, it will drop him down, but he did get P1 on track, Jutsi P2, and Ranieri P3. But this is your rest of your quality grid. Like we said earlier, a bit of drama. A few guys probably not getting the times in they'd like, but also just people struggling to get times in altogether throughout that whole quality session. It took till the 13-minute mark before we saw a time on the board. So Baku showing how hard it is when you're on the limits. But we'll wait until this timer kicks down. But who's your eye on in the race, mate?
I'm keen to see how Tuesday goes, but I'm also keen. Yog looks like he's got some good pace. I know he's got that 5. As we see the rain absolutely tumbling down. This is going to make for an interesting race now.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
One word for it. I think it's going to be extremely dramatic now. If this track wasn't hard enough, I can't imagine how it's going to be in the rain. And bear in mind, if the rain is going away, most of these guys will be running pretty much no wings.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how many guys sort of adjusted their setups before that quali and maybe sacrifice some pace in quali to handle these conditions. But yeah, it could be anybody's race now, I reckon, Dito.
Yeah, man, it could really open it up for anyone. But I just really going to close my eyes for that castle section for this first lap. Pretty much every lap while this rain is commencing. But yeah, everyone just going to have to really lock in here, keep their distance. The spray is going to be very intense for the first few laps until there starts to form a dry line. But here we go, mate. We got 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go for Baku. And I think that ND absolutely just jumped the start and has caused a massive incident. Massive incident off the start there. A huge incident. And that...
Oh, wow.
That is
what have I just
silly.
Seen?
That was silly. That was so silly. I don't know why. Two cars out before the first corner, and yeah, wow. I don't know what has happened there. And it's caused all sorts of issues. I don't know if that's a red flag, if it was just an incident. I'm just trying to figure out, but wow. Obviously a safety car at this stage, but drama, mate. I have no words for that.
I have absolutely no words. The onboards are going to be extremely busy there. As I say, it looks like someone else has just binned it under safety car as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
It looked like a heart. It looked like a Haas that was into the wall there.
Yeah.
So not sure what's happened there as well. Yeah, I've got no words for what's going on right now. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of things for the stewards and the onboards to sort out after this race.
Yeah, well, it looked like he obviously jumped the start and then like obviously just got on the power way too early and spun across the whole field. I mean, I don't really know. The penalties are due to the massive amount of contact. I'm not really sure what we're gonna do there.
I think that Haas that was in the wall. I think that was Yog. As we see him down in 18th now, he was definitely not that low before. So he's obviously had a moment as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's messy. Well, we'll just wait and see here. At the moment, hasn't been called, so at the moment it's gonna just group up the field. Yeah, big penalties off the start there. And yes, some people did. He did jump the start. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do here, but we'll just wait and see until the onboards decide. But yeah, Ranieri obviously P1 at the moment. No penalties for the top 8 at the moment, so they will continue. And there's your possible strategies if the rain just continues, wet, or obviously a 2-stop. I don't know if you'd see any 2-stops, but we'll have to wait and see. There'll be a lot of pit stops here to serve those penalties, but I'm not sure what my words are for that start, mate. But it's really turned it on its head there, and now it's going to obviously affect a lot of drivers just due to that incident.
Yeah, so we got a mix of cars on inters and cars on wets. So it's going to be interesting to see how those cars go with the mixed tyres. Ranieri obviously has had good pace all season. He obviously didn't need a gift like that just to be straight into P1 without having to go past anybody. But I'm sure he will take it. And we got 4 retirees already. Oh, it's been a red.
Yeah.
I think it's been called, has it?
Okay. Yeah.
It's a red flag.
Alright, guys, we'll be right back. Sorry about that. Bear with us. I don't Hello everyone, welcome back. Sorry about that, we had a red flag. So we had to obviously quickly reset everything and get back it in, but it won't be too long before these guys are circulating again. It'll just take a little bit before they select their setups and strategies again. We're not sure what weather it is now, but yeah, Nishko, a bit of drama on that start. Obviously a bit of drama in the chats too with the red flag. But yeah, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, a bit of chaos. That's the second red flag now that we've seen at Baku. That's just what this track brings out, and that yeah, it's gonna make for an interesting race now because it looks like it's not raining at all.
Yeah, that's interesting. We'll have to wait and see. Everyone probably have to flick back their setups or something like that, and some people will be happy with that, some won't. But we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we have a bit less of a drama-filled start than that. But yeah, not a good start from the last one. There was a lot of chaos. And yeah, obviously the decision was made to red flag it. But yeah, just waiting for the players, mate, and you can take us away for this one.
Yeah, no dramas, mate. Yeah, looking forward to see who's got some pace now in this dry weather. If anyone changed their setup, but we've got 4 red lights, 5 red lights, and lights out, and away we go. Nobody spinning away this time. Let's see how the drivers all get through the first. Oh no, there is a spin. There's a spin in the first corner. There's carnage.
Oh.
There's carnage again. Oh, there's a Haskell flying. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I see wing plates flying everywhere. This is unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm seeing in this race, Dito.
There's cars stopped here. There's an Aston stopped on the safety car there, and that is not a red flag. That is not happening again. It is just someone needs to learn how to start.
As we see, Yog disqualified for being parked in a dangerous location. Wow. But this is incredible. I can't believe this, Dito.
Yeah.
What are we seeing?
I don't know. I don't know what that was. Just silliness, really. But a lot of guys, I think, may have at least end plate damage, possibly. But there was a lot of chaos there. I think Baz is the only one with a penalty. We'll jump on board with that. It is a 10 seconds, so that's probably been from contact with someone. And he might choose to serve that. It's pretty early now to serve it, but yeah, that's not good for him. I don't know what happened there, mate. I really don't know. I don't know how the Haas's ended up where he did there, but yeah, I mean, drama at the start once again. No other real words for it. They'll just be waiting for the safety car now to bank back up. It's all the way waiting at the second turn there, and not as many cars, I don't think, with damage than I thought. I haven't seen too many end plates. So there's a Mercedes there with damage that was quite cake. I think even a Williams probably had damage there, possibly. Or Panda. No, he doesn't. But yeah, a few guys lucky to avoid losing a wing there. Old Footy Bender also losing a wing. Yeah, that's hectic.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable start, Dito. Now we've had a bit of chance to catch our breath. We're going to see a few guys jump into the pits, I think, get some of those damages repaired. But looking at some of these tyre strats, Dito, we're seeing Greedo starting on the softs there in P3, and then we've still got multiple drivers down the field that started on the hards, and then others that started on the medium. So it's going to be interesting to see how some of these strats play out as the race goes on.
Yeah, exactly, mate. I'm sorry, I was just reading the chat there, but yeah, a lot of people starting on the hards, then way more than I actually thought. Really, that's a real different strategies than we've seen. Maybe guys just taking a gamble here, but yeah, I mean, this has been a hectic few 2 starts. I think Naps is in trouble too. He looks like he's possibly just gone wide there, but he still has the chance to catch back up. But Yeah, I'll be interested to see how long Gritto goes on those softs. They don't typically last too long around here, but maybe hoping for another safety car a bit later around the pit window, and he can jump off them. But yeah, I don't know what to say, mate. Really.
Yeah, it could be a bit of a bold gamble there from Gritto. Maybe he's seen how much carnage there is happening here at the start, and if he can manage to get himself past the two drivers in front of him on those softs, and then another safety car comes out, he'll be in a very good position. So maybe just gambling a little bit there, the Red Bull driver.
Yeah, I think so, mate. I think that's the only real thing he's doing. He's probably hoping for a bit more drama. Maybe another safety car so that he can preserve those life, but they probably won't get much more life out of them before we see him pit. But I'll be interested to see what happens with the hard runners. Obviously, Fire Kiwi's the first guy on the hard tyres, so I'll be interested to see what happens there. For him, usually that means they'll go pretty long, around lap 16 or something, and safety car in this lap, so that means Jutsy's going to slow him right up, and he's done definitely that. And there's chaos down the back now. Everyone's that. I don't know why Jutsi stopped on the track.
Why is he stopped on the track? What's happening here?
Oh no!
What is going on?
Yeah, I don't know why he's done that. Unless it's been a glitch or something, but
That has to be a glitch. Look, Gritto's just driven off miles down the road. What is happening here?
yeah, that was no words really. Yeah, I mean, we keep going, but I'm sure the onboard will look at that. Jutsi, that could be a big problem, but to wait and see. There's a lot of battles on track. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get speechless at the moment, guys. I'm trying to keep up with everything. I don't really know what's going on, but two cars in the pits with damage by the looks of it already. Again,
it even looked like it was a bit crazy. Like, it looked like the safety car was coming, like said safety car in this lap very late there, and then it looked like Jussi just tried to stop almost to try and give himself a bit of a buffer, but I'm not too sure what's going on.
Yeah, chaos really. It's similar chaos that we saw before the first race. Kind of, I don't understand what's going on really, but I mean, there's been a lot of guys affected by this now, and a lot of pit stops. It's probably why we're seeing a few different strategies now, having to be pitted and stuff with that. But yeah, not good, man. Not for Div 5 especially, but not for any Div really. Seen way too much drama tonight. VX Gritto, this has pretty much fell into his lap a little bit with those soft tyres. 4.5 seconds has really helped him. I mean, Jutsi will not get back in that DRS until those soft tyres drop back off. But this is massive for him. Obviously, fastest lap.
Yeah, I definitely think out of everybody, he'd probably be the only person that's happy about the things that have been going on so far. He's doing a great job out in front there, 4.2 seconds. See how long those softs can go for, and those mediums now are starting to be really warming up, and they'll start reeling in that gap on Gritto, I think. But yeah, a bit like you, mate. I'm a bit breathless, and yeah, don't know what to think, mate.
Yeah, man, I don't know either. A lot of people will be definitely frustrated after this race with the events that have happened here, but we'll have to just deal with that as it comes. But looking at some battles now, it looks like China might be going for a move soon on Minmay. Minmay doesn't have DRS, so it should be relatively easy once he gets to the straight. It just depends if Minmay can push enough. And I did hear someone hit the wall there. I'm not sure what happened there, but the mid pack sort of bunching up a little bit, and then the top three sort of starting to spread out a bit now. Sort of starts from SJ back at this stage, which is good to see. Safety cars allowed a few guys to get back in this race, but it's also taken all that drama, has taken a lot of people out of this race. So, and we've just had migrating hosts, unless that's only on my end.
China's left the session,
so it's not good. Hopefully we can get him an invite as soon as possible. So yeah, Quiet Cake might go for the move here. He's burning all his battery. I think he's going to go for it on Kiwi. Obviously running lower wings than the kick there, maybe, because the kick did have DRS. He has to think about it. But watch out for Quiet Cake. Obviously on the medium tyres, so he will be a bit quicker at the moment than the hard tyre runners, but that will allow him to get back into this race, I think. He was one affected with that damage in the first race. In the first part of that safety car. But it's managed to fall back into his lap a bit. SJ gets passed by the Haas. They go side by side, and there's no further contact there, a bit of wheel banging. Looks like China actually might go for the move, but I think he's under AI still, so he just got passed.
China just needs to let us know if he's got back in or not. I've sent him an invite there, so
yeah.
If you can hear us, mate, let us know.
This Dutch now is lining up Naps. Naps looks to have lost, obviously, the DRS there, so like before, will be easy work for him once he gets that DRS, but he's got all the footy bender all over the back of them with those medium tyres. He will be obviously quicker, and he'll be frustrated being stuck at the moment, but I think he just lost his end plate there, maybe. No, just a bit of debris. He will be hoping to get past both of them, maybe on the back straight. Depends how his wings are. As Dutch is saving a lot of battery for this back straight and anticipating him to go for the move on the McLaren. Naps has taken a fair bit of time out of China, obviously, until China can get back in. But yeah, he won't be able.
Another invite just in case.
Yeah. But now Dutch will definitely, I think, get this job done. He's got 65% battery. Naps has 38. But Naps probably has no reason to fight this, as we see here. Okay, sorry, I was just reading attached. Dutch goes on the outside there. Oh, Naps has to think about it. Back onto the inside. He chooses to pull out of that move. Mercedes had to go a little bit wide there, and he just covers on the inside. It's a great move from Dutch and moves him up one spot. And you'll have to push quite hard now to get away from old footy bender on those medium tyres. Fat Eagle and Deadly Fuller exchanging places now. Oh, Aston. There's a bit of a moment there. And now this back up into this big middle pack here. SJ just struggling to keep it on. There's a Haas around. That's ND. He's stuck, and that hopefully he can get moving, or the game's going to DSQ him. He's stuck in a terrible spot there. Just needs to be careful that he doesn't get in anyone's way like that. Straight in front of Panda there, so it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if that's been noted by the onboards or not with that re-entry. But
sure
unfortunate for the Hash driver to get down there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think let's talk about some drivers who've kind of benefited from this start. You can see, I think Fat Eagle, he's up 8 positions there in P10, so he's had quite a good start. Also Quiet Cake up 7 positions. He's had a pretty good start too. So both those drivers, I think we're relatively happy with where they've come to after all the carnage.
Yeah, absolutely. China's been sent 2. We found Nishku. If you just want to send him another one, hopefully that's enough that he can get that one. But Bazar,
I'll send you another one.
Just hanging on to DRS of Keeley now, and he's going to probably fall victim of mid-May maybe soon if he does lose that DRS. But this battle here in this mid-pack is starting to intensify. Kiwi's just chipping away at SJ's Delta there. He's almost in DRS, but bear in mind these hard tyres are going to be starting to come to life as SJ's tyres will start to sort of dwindle off now. You'll be interested to see if we see anyone pit this lap. Or go a bit longer on their stints. Obviously with the safety car their tyres won't be as bad, but yeah, it's been obviously an action-packed race. Everyone's sort of probably just trying to settle down now and figure out what's happened, and there's all sorts of issues going on for Bender.
China's back in.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
This old footy Bender's missing his whole right side of his wing, so he will definitely be coming in the pits, I'd say, to get that sorted out.
Oh, I just seen someone else lose a wing just there. Who was that? sure who that was.
Very easy to do here. Get wide and hit the exit. It's super easy.
It was the Aston Martin of Fat Eagle. He's lost his end plate there, so yeah, he'll be unhappy with that after the start that he's had.
Yeah, he will, mate. So currently P9. He has a little bit of a safety net behind him, but it's still too early for him to pit to get off the hard tyres, so he's a bit stuck at the moment. He'll just have to try and continue on. We'll see if Min-Mei can get any closer to Kiwi this lap. It doesn't look like he will, as Kiwi now is really starting to put the hammer down, trying to catch SJ. SJ just doing enough to hang on to that delta of 1.1. His wings obviously helping him on that straight there. You could see he's extending that gap. China getting back in, looks to be wasting no time, possibly going for a move on laps straight away. He thinks better of it, just to stick behind, but expect him to start chopping through the field now to try and recover from that unfortunate disconnect. And the same with ND, with that obviously that spin. He has some recovery work to do now as well.
Yeah, interesting to note here, Tito. The Red Bull driver in the lead here on those soft tyres, getting them a long way into the race here. He'll be getting himself into a position now where he'll be able to just pit onto those hards also, and he finds himself in a very good position. This could be a master strat from Red Bull here.
Yeah, it really looked it looked pretty grim at the start, obviously, and then we got a retirement too. That's quiet cake in the Mercedes. Where's that happened? That's happened on the exit at Castle. Very interesting. It looks like he's clipped the inside wall there on that exit. Oh no, that's unfortunate. It's our second DNF of tonight, and that's going to obviously bring out a safety car right on lap, pretty much on the pit window for all the medium runners. So that's going to shake things up massively. And a few penalties there. Looks like Pan just got a drive through for speeding under the safety car. And what's happened there? The Red Bull glitched out onto the track for a second. But yeah, with that strategy with Gritto, obviously it looked a bit grim, and then that incident under the safety car with Jutsi allowed him to get pretty much a 5-second gap by turn 1, which really helped him. And yeah, now he's in a prime spot. Watch out for him. He's had to go on the mediums though, so he will have to probably pit again unless he's going to try and stretch them 16 laps, which, yeah, that's a decent stint. But he did a decent stint on the soft tyres, so who knows?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he can get them all the way now. Interesting decision for him not to go onto the hards. I imagine he would have had a set of hards there to use. So yeah, very interesting strat from Red Bull, but we'll see how that one plays out.
Yeah, hards would have gotten him to the end, so he might have not had some. Who knows? But I think he should have. We got an on-board request with Ranieri, so we'll jump on board with him on the restart. As he's currently P7, so we'll get to see some action on fresh hard tyres. See what it looks like in that middle pack. It's Gritto.
Yeah.
He'll be super quick on that for the top 3.
What do you make, Dito, of these 3 drivers staying out on those hard tyres up the front there? Do you think that's the right decision from those guys, or do you think they should have tried to make the alternate strat work from there?
I think the top 2 started on the hards possibly. If not, they possibly were caught up in that turn 1 incident. Deadly Fuller had to pit obviously early with I presume damage, so yeah, I mean, I think a lot of these guys got unfortunately tangled up with that incident at the start, obviously after the red flag, and yeah, probably just trying to make up for it, trying to stay out if they might not have another set of hards now. So if they pit now and go on the mediums, they're pretty much done for. They'll have to pit again. So yeah, I guess gamble, man, but it's probably what they had to do after all that chaos at the start.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be an interesting one here, Dito, with the drivers all mixed in between, with the older tyres, newer tyres. Who's going to be able to navigate through the traffic the best? I think he's going to come out in the strongest positions.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Another interesting is Dutch is going on soft tyres in ninth, so watch out for him. He'll be very fast off this restart. But yeah, very interesting strategies throughout, and it'll be interesting, like you said, who can manage to chop through the field um, and make up some positions. We've still got a fair bit in this race to go. We're not even at the halfway mark, I don't think. No, we're not. So 16 laps to go, and these guys now get to have a little bit of a breather, and yeah, just reset and try and think of what the hell happened in the last 10 laps, and restart and go from there. So we got to change under safety car, or is that just a visual thing? But yeah, man, I'm a bit lost for words this whole race, to be fair. It's been a lot happened, but I'll tell you what, these three at the top are going to have their work cut out for them to try and hold off the likes of Gritto especially, but Jutsi on those new hard tyres will be super quick. China is a little bit of a barrier because he's on the same sort of strategy, and Ranieri's right behind on new tyres, so these guys are going to have to push pretty hard to hold them.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was an interesting point you make as well about the drivers collecting their thoughts and after a chaotic start. Likewise for their engineers as well. Thinking it was going to be the rain, then it wasn't the rain, then all the chaos that was happening in the first couple of laps throws strategies out the window. It gets everyone's brain working overtime to try and get on that right strat, try and put yourself in the right position. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. It's really hard to sort of figure out during the race what's happening when you can't see, but these guys will be, probably most of them being engineered, and we've already gone green. And Flying Kiwi decide to go a little bit early, try to catch him napping. It doesn't look like he's managed to get Mid-May off guard there, but these three really have their work cut out. See what Gritto, I'll jump on board with Ranieri, sorry, I forgot about that, for his on board. He's actually a fair bit off on that restart, so you might have got caught napping a little bit, but let's see how he can go on this lap. It's really obviously evident how cold his tyres are, fresh hards, and just out of safety car condition. He will be struggling, but it won't be long before they're up to 10. And these guys ahead going slower is going to help him. Gritto already passed Deadly Fuller, which is huge, and there's a Hass around down the back in turn 2. Not sure if he has damage there, but Ranieri has managed to already almost get back into the back of this DRS train on the restart. You can just see how cold his tyres are, just going wide into the apex there a little bit, just struggling to pull the car up, and you can see all the chaos ahead, and there's Jutsi jumping around a little bit there on the, possibly just a visual glitch, but Ranieri keeping his distance, waiting for some chaos, and goes a little bit wide there. That might have been a warning. And I have no idea to that Q&A Thunder. There is obviously a rumour, I'm presuming, if that's a question. So it could be a rumour that Ranieri is leaving Ferrari, which would be definitely a shocking sort of thing to come out. But I mean, yeah, who knows? Silly season's next week, or as soon as the freeze finish. So we could definitely see some massive moves, as Ranieri is going to go for it on China here. And China certainly did not fight that on the older tyres. Just gets out the way, no problems. And jump off that onboard for him as, yeah, some changes up the top between Kiwi and Gritto possibly here. You can just see how much faster Gritto is on those tyres, and they're going side by side still. The DRS though is just going to be clutch there. I don't think they either have. I know the Red Bull does, but the kick still manages to stay beside him. Nishka interview. Okay. I'm not sure how that can work. He's a co-commentator, keeper, mate.
Interview Dino. I've been interviewing him all night, mate. Asking him questions all night.
Yeah, not sure on that one, but yeah, as we'll jump back onto these battles for a second here, because this little DRS train is intensifying. You can just see how much faster Gritto is on those mediums. He's 1.6 in front of Keeley already, 1.9 now. Surely more to ask than just about the race. Well, not sure, Nishka, do you have any questions for me, mate?
Yeah, what did you have for breakfast this morning, Dino?
Not much, to be fair there. Is that honestly a question? I mean, I didn't eat.
What's going on here?
I didn't eat this morning, so...
No, I was only having a joke there anyway, mate. Back to this race situation here, I think one of the drivers that'll be a little bit frustrated at the moment in this DRS train would be Dutch Verstappen there on those soft tyres. He'll be looking to try and clear some cars using those softs, but he's under pressure from this Alpine big time down the straight. And the other Alpine's now joining in on that too, so...
Yeah, we had 3 wide here, and now Deadly Fuller and Minmay going 2 wide. And I think Deadly Fuller might have just actually clipped the wall there. But this is intense full battle here. Jutsi getting involved too on those mediums. Jutsi seems to be having some technical difficulties, possibly. And he's gone deep under brakes. Just tapped the back of the kick there. But I'm not sure if it's just my end or he's jumping around a little bit on the screen, so we'll have to see what happens there. But the top three...
Playing massively into this Red Bull's hands. Look at the gap that he's already creating with those cars on the older tyres, holding the rest of the field up.
Yeah, and them fighting obviously is just helping, and Ranieri gets a free second just as we jumped on board with him on that inside curb there. So that's unfortunate. There's not many penalties at the moment. Everyone close together at this stage, but still a long way to go for him to get that 3 second gap up. But at the moment, yeah, he would drop down a fair bit.
Big battle. Big battle. I seen some wing plate come off between the Alpine and the Mercedes.
Alpine and Mercedes.
It was Esha and Dutch Verstappen there. I'm not sure who's lost their wing.
Both.
It was... Both have
right end plate damage. So
yeah, they were side by side down that back straight. It was a tight battle, and yeah, unfortunately both these drivers now copying damage.
We got
Aardvark will be lifting his
lips. We got Bazas hit the wall. Oh, big crash.
Oh no,
he's out. That's a safety car. So definitely a VSC, and that's a huge crash for the Ferrari there. As you can see, him still on track, missing a left wheel. Don't know if that's a full safety car or just a VSC, but that's a huge incident there. Huge incident. And I'm not sure if that's just happened on his own accord or what's happened there. We'll have to wait and see. But that's now obviously triggered a line of pit stops here. Everyone will be... a lot of soft tyre options here, which is interesting.
It's a long way to try and get soft tyres to go, so yeah, very interested to see these guys going on to those. Obviously didn't have an extra set of mediums or hards, so just have to see what the case is there with those guys, whether they can get to the end or not.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's definitely a full safety car. Sorry, I missed that, but a few guys have some wing damage too. Jutsi actually missing that whole right part of his wing, so he may... oh god, that'd be too early for him to get rid of those hard tyres. So he's in a tough spot, whether or not he pits or not, as we're not sure obviously if we're going to get another safety car. With the way this race is going, who knows. But as we're getting some comments in about the tyre life, and yeah, interesting. I mean, the softs are going to be a big one to try and push to the end. It's a big stint, but they will obviously have that pace at the start. But when you're currently P14 or P15, they're not going to be able to get too far ahead before those soft die off. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. The mediums pitting now and jumping on the mediums might be some of these guys' only options if they have damage. As we see what Gritto does, he stays out possibly. Yes. He's going in.
Seeing a surprise interview here, Dito, for Jackal.
Jackal is at a concert, I think someone just said, so...
Oh, so yeah, no luck there.
No luck there, unfortunately. But if anyone else wants to replace him, it is completely fine as Ranieri is now a race leader. I'll be right back, mate. If you just want to take us away for a second.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Keeper, if you've got another suggestion, mate, throw it in the chat, and we'll try get your interview done, mate. But yeah, very interesting race we have coming up now. So we got Grido on fresh mediums again. So he's ducked in, and we got Ranieri left in the lead there with that 3-second penalty on those 6-lap old hards. Then we got Daz. He's up into third. He's just snuck right up there real quick, but he's going to be under pressure from a lot of these guys that are on the fresh tyres. The one of the big winners out of all this would be the Williams and the Racing Bull of Minmay and Deadly Fuller. They're in very good positions now on those fresh mediums, and that the Haas has just gone from the back up to 6 somehow on those 6-lap old hards. That's a good recovery there too for Haas. I think Ardbach there down in 7th. He was having a bit of a rough race to start with, but now in 7th place on those fresh mediums, he will look to get himself into the race. He definitely has the pace, so he's one to watch out for. Panda, one of the reserves, looking for a seat, doing a great job up there in 8th on those hard tyres. And then we got China making a bit of a recovery too on the fresh mediums now in 9th place. So yeah, up in that top 10, any of these guys can get involved, and it's going to be interesting to see how these last 11 laps play out. And Dante, you've been summoned for a surprise interview if you're around, mate.
Alright. So a lot of guys opting to get back on the mediums now to the end, which, yeah, like I said, is not ideal probably, but some guys only had one option to get on those tyres. What do you think about Ranieri? Do you think he can hold them back on those 7-lap hards?
It's gonna be a tough job. I know myself from when I've been doing a bit of practice around here. The tyres, once they get a bit older and someone else is on those newer tyres, the lap times is quite a big margin. So it'll be a great drive if he can manage it. Grido's been very quick though, so he's going to have his work cut out for him.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. He will. But as we've seen, drama might fall into his hands, but we'll have to wait and see. Grido is really showing some serious pace, but if he can get past Ranieri early, you might see Grido run away with this again. He gets that little cushion, and he will be in for a good shot here. But he's probably trying to get away from the hard runners for when the medium tyres die off. But in saying that, the newest hard tyre runner is down in P12 of Jutsi, so he would probably have the only good set of hards towards the end. The other guys have done about 7 laps on them, so they certainly won't be up to scratch for too much longer either, but they still probably will get them to the end. But yeah, it's really going to be interesting to see how this plays out, see if we have any more safety cars. Hopefully not, but and have some decent racing. We just hit the 10 lap mark, so these guys will be locked in once again. And like we said earlier, as safety car in this lap, if Dante does jump in the comms box, we can have a chat. Don't think he's in yet, but go with this safety car restart, see how much Ranieri slows him up. Everyone will have a chance to catch up here, and Ranieri will be hoping to really push to get away, get this 3-second gap, but it's going to have his work cut out for him to get away from the likes of Grido and Minmay. Minmay is having a great race, by the way, from how it looked earlier. He's doing very well currently in P4, so these guys on the mediums have some work to do. They need to get past the hard runners real quick. And Ranieri gone. He has just got Grido a little bit off guard there, but not too much. As Ranieri, actually, that's a fairly decent gap there, so well done from Ranieri off the restart. Great restart. We've got a few cars going side by side. Who's that? That's a Mercedes. choosing to go for an overtake into turn 1. I'm not sure if he got the job done there. He didn't. Oh, big lock up from the Haas ahead. ND, and he's made a big mistake, I think.
Oh no!
And Ava.
Sent Alpine into the wall.
Yeah, I think there's someone he was trying to get out of the way of someone there, but I don't know what's happened there. And there's debris flying off everywhere from multiple cars. Oh, it's just all gone wrong once again on that restart. And they're 3 wide into turn 3. Been a wheel banging there, but yeah, if you guys gonna have to pit again, Nishka.
Oh no, I'm just saying he's lost both his end plates. He's having a night to forget.
Oh, what's happened here?
Oh no! Oh, this is out of control.
Oh no!
What is going on here?
That's Minmay. It's gone bad, really good to bad for him. He was P4. Oh, what happened there?
Oh man, I can't make sense of anything that's happening here. This is absolutely wild. I don't know how to even put it into words what is going on, Dito.
Oh wow, absolutely, yeah, mate. I don't know either. I really don't know what happened there with Minmay. He was doing so well. We'll have to wait and see, but he's in all sorts of trouble at the moment. He's got a penalty, and I think he's lost his front end plate, so he'll have to, his whole wing. He'll have to definitely pit. But yeah, this race is definitely not been a good one by any means. And yes, I'm sure there are going to be a lot of incidents after this race to be looked at throughout the whole grid, really. Yeah, not good.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of cars missing their end plates. Yeah, so I think there was a lot of cars caught up in whatever happened there. We only caught the end of it, but yeah, I wouldn't be looking forward to being a steward dealing with this race.
No, I wouldn't either, mate. It's been chaotic is one word for it, and yeah, I think a lot of people will be unhappy with a lot of the things that have happened, of course, but all they can do is just keep going at this stage of this race. Is, not long to go. We're almost at the 6th lap point, but surely this is our last safety car at this stage. I mean, Gritto's in control on this restart. He managed to get past Ranieri on that safety car restart. And we've got some guys going on softs to the end, which is probably not going to be too bad, really. They might be able to regain some of the damage that they have, but some of these guys have had to pit 3 or 4 times, getting damage that is out of their control. So it's just really not fun for some of these guys. And there's your penalties.
Yeah.
Only one penalty.
I think one guy that will probably be upset with all these safety cars is probably Ranieri. They're up in 2nd place on those hard tyres. He hasn't been able to make a gap at any point where he's going to try and get off those hards. And if he was to pit now, he's going to lose so much position, so much track position to other cars that are on similar tyres to him now. So he's in a very tough spot now in that Ferrari, and it's looking very much like Gritto's race to lose from here.
Yeah, I think so, mate. It's really come into Red Bull's hands here now. P1, P4, for all that drama. I think China's back in with no problems. I think he's not under AI anymore. But yeah, they're looking good. And like he said with Ranieri, this is not helping him in terms of that penalty. But still plenty of time to go. I think the safety car will come in next lap. So we still have, 6 laps to go to be able to sort of bridge a gap, but everyone behind him is on pretty much fresh tyres. He'd be the last sort of guy on 10 lap tyres at the moment. Shaz is on 5 laps, and then obviously Bender was 6, which are the closest comparisons. So he's going to have his work cut out for him to be able to extend that gap. And obviously, like we've seen in the other races, safety cars tend to breed safety cars, and now everyone being on faster tyres, that's going to show some hopefully commitment to not have any more dramatic stuff happen. We've had enough of that for this race. Hopefully we can just have 6 laps of straight racing, but yeah, it's very hard on a safety car restart to not have more drama, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd just love to see 6 more laps of just some good clean racing from these guys and put on a show for these last 6 laps, because up to now it's been pretty disappointing, I'd say, Dino. But yeah, there'd still be a couple of teams here that are really happy with the performances, like Red Bull so far. I think the Kicks will be relatively happy with how they are, and then on the other hand, there'll be a couple of teams that are probably a little bit disappointed. Like I think the Haasers will be very disappointed. They looked like they were going to be in a very strong position, and just hasn't panned out for them in the race. And same with the Racing Bulls.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, it's gone a bit of a merry-go-round for all of these guys, really. 1 minute they were doing well, 1 minute, unfortunately, it's been snatched away from them. But yeah, I think everyone's focused now, and probably what everyone's engineers are saying is just to bring it home. I mean, it's been a chaotic race, and they probably just want to bring the points home. But yeah, there'll definitely be a lot of talk about this race for sure, in terms of what's happened. A lot of guys have been really done hard by it, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see what the stewards say and stuff like that. Safety car's going to do one more lap, which is interesting. I thought it was going to go in that lap. But yeah, man, I mean, some teams, like you said, will still be really happy. Red Bull would be, Kick would be as well. Even the likes of Aston probably would be quite happy at the result at the moment, because they're both their drivers sort of bridging on that top 10. But yeah, it's still anything could happen. If we've seen what's happened lately, I mean, it could be anything we see next. I didn't think we'd see too many safety cars, but we've seen pretty much one every sort of couple of laps at this stage.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen way more laps around behind a safety car than we've actually seen of racing, which is quite disappointing and quite frustrating. But at the same time, we all know how hard this track is to drive around and how much carnage there can be. So yeah, let's just pray we're gonna be in for a awesome 5 laps to the line.
Yeah, I think so, mate. I think these guys surely by now have got all that craziness out of their system and show us some good racing, but we'll wait and see here. This will definitely be our safety car come in. Gritto will take us away for the second time. He's led us away today. And see what he can do. He'll be quite happy, in my opinion, to have Ranieri tucked in behind him, in between him and Deadly Fuller. That might allow him to break away a bit earlier here, because Deadly will have his work cut out for him just to get past Ranieri straight away. And if that takes too long, that's obviously just going to allow Gritto to expand that gap. But let's not discount Gritto's pace. I mean, we saw him get 5 seconds on the guys before, so he's definitely one to beat today at this stage.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, we're seeing Lamb. Are you around for an interview, mate? We'll if you're around, jump in, mate, and we'll give you an interview after we get away with this restart.
Yes, so he would be quite happy with where Ranieri is at this stage. Obviously, that penalty is still going to be question mark where he's going to finish, but he's still in P2 at the moment. And Grittos has taken off. Caught Ranieri a little bit napping, but not too bad. Does Deadly Fuller think about it into turn 1? We'll have to wait and see. There might be even Aston of Jutsi definitely going for a move though into turn 1, and he gets it done on Dutch so far. Clips the inside wall a little bit. I think he already had end plate damage there, but he's missing that left wing still, so just see how he goes. He will start to struggle when those tyres die off a bit. Deadly Fuller and Ranieri still battling it out. Who else is battling out? Dutch tried to think about going back down. SJ also on the back of the McLaren there, but a cleaner restart, mate.
Yeah, much better to see. So hopefully we see some good racing from here, and yeah, no more drama, please.
Hopefully not, mate, as Ranieri has dropped out of the DRS already of Gritto, and Gritto would just be all hands on deck trying to push as hard as he can at the moment to get as far away as he can from these guys on the medium tyres. And Ranieri would be trying to do the same, but unfortunately he would be in a world of hurt with his grip. As you can see, he's using no battery at the moment. This is actually holding these guys up a fair bit. Deadly clips the wall there. And who else is on a battle? Dutch is actually thinking probably going to go back on Jutsi here soon. Jutsi is in DRS, so he's not going to really get a tow here on the straight. So that's going to be interesting to see if Dutch just gets it straight back after Jutsi got him done. Oh, they make a bit of contact. I think Jutsi's really struggling with that wing damage there. Give him some serious straight line speed, but he'll be struggling for sure in that middle sector. Oh! Someone's hit the wall quite hard there. Who was that? I don't know what happened there, but yeah, they were lucky they didn't end up losing the left wheel. Whoever that was, as we got some moves into turn 1. SJ and Shaz, I think, just swap spots. Dutch remains behind Jutsi at this stage, but he's side by side and he chooses to tuck in behind him. Probably a good choice. And he's really getting frustrated at this stage. He really wants to get past here. Jutsi's wing just gives him so much straight line speed, but Dutch now going to go around the outside into turn 3. They make a bit of contact. And I don't know if Jutsi actually lost more of that left wing, and there's a big crash down the back.
Oh.
That's Minmay around, SJ around, ND around, I think. Oh, massive drama once again in this race, but no more DNFs at this stage. Dutch is basically pushing Jutsi at this point. He's got so much more speed in that middle sector. Go to position gains quickly. There you go.
This battle with Jutsi and Dutch, it's really playing into the Red Bull's hands now. That gap's getting bigger and bigger to those top 5, and yeah, the Red Bulls look like they're in for a really good finish here if they can just keep it together.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking about Red Bull, I mean, China's up 10 spots and great drive so far. We should actually be talking about drive of the day soon, and that he is definitely in contention for that. He was disconnected earlier on and has had a great recover. Bear in mind, obviously, a lot of safety cars and stuff, but still had to get himself back in. And Jutsi, oh, that was close. He had to think about. I thought he was going in the pits then, and also an Aston going side by side into turn 1. That's Fat Eagle, I think, beside the kick. Oh, big crash. There's a kick in the wall there. Does straight into the wall. And that will, I'm sure, be looked at there. Another incident on the records for this race. It's just been chaotic, and Deadly Fuller has finally managed to get past that Ferrari. I'm sure he would have been frustrated, stuck behind him, but now he can try and bridge that gap to Gritto. But Gritto's now got a 3.2 second gap, so it's his race to lose at this stage. China would be hoping to get past the Ferrari pretty much immediately. So Deadly does not get too far out of his sight. But yeah, interesting now. Obviously Dutch, you can see how much Dutch has extended that gap on Jutsi. But some of these guys just trying to hang on, I reckon, to the end of this race, mate. Like, it's just been chaotic for everyone, really. Like, every single driver, I think, could say they've been involved in some way or not in an incident.
Yeah, it's been absolute carnage. There's been drivers moving up all sorts of positions. The ones that have been able to avoid the carnage the best, kind of reaping the rewards right now. But yeah, towards the back there, we've seen multiple guys in multiple incidents. Yeah, they're not going to have a fun time after this race, I don't think.
No, I don't think so, mate. Not at all. But yes, China's my pick for driver of the day. If someone's in there that can do a pole and there's a kick around, that's Daz. And he's stuck in an awkward spot there. I'm not sure if he's on the track or not. He is. Oh, Alpine has to get out of the way there. And Haas also just lost an end plate. So I'm not sure if they'll be looked at as well for the stewards. But just drama everywhere for this. But back to what I was saying, China will be my driver of the day pick, mate. And if you have someone else in mind,
I think for the driver of the day pick, I think it's between the two Red Bull drivers. To be honest,
Oh,
Griddo's done
SJ!
a fantastic. Oh no, what's happened now?
SJ's...
Jatuzi's out as well.
Jutsy's out too. Where's that happen? Into turn 1? What is going on here? Jutsy's hit the wall and Shaz is missing a wing. God.
It's unbelievable.
I've never seen Div 5 have so much drama, or any race really, for a long time. But yeah, very interesting. Yeah, well, if someone's in there that can do a poll, Juts, so our driver of the day will be China or Gritto, I think. The two picks for the driver of the day, if someone can chuck a poll in. But yeah, what a race, really. Been chaotic. I mean, no more safety cars left, I don't think. Otherwise that would surely been one. Looking at battles now, Arvark might have a crack on Fat Eagle. Fat Eagle's lost the DRS of Dutch now, so yeah, well, for a while now he hasn't had DRS, so be interesting to see if Arvark gets the job done, possibly even Panda. At this stage, who knows?
Need to get we need to get keepers points refunded too when we can, Dito.
Yeah.
For the surprise interviews, no one's decided to rock up. So
Yeah. We
to get that sorted.
Yeah, we'll get in contact with SJ like that, but unfortunate for a lot of these guys. I think this is a race to forget for pretty much 90% of this grid. But China's now starting to apply some pressure on Deadly. Deadly lost the spot back to Ranieri there, so may have some issues going on. I think Deadly he does have damage, but I think he made a mistake to allow Ranieri to get back past. But Gritto just needs 2 more laps here, or 1.5, and he's done it. Yeah, it seemed like he was the man to beat for a while, but yeah, I mean,
Of the newcomers here, Dito, have you seen anybody sort of in this race out of the newcomers that are reserving, looking for a full-time seat? Have you seen anybody who's sort of caught your eye, has done a decent sort of job here, mate?
I think for them, all the reserves that are still in this race, have done really well. A lot of them had serious penalties at the start of the race. I think Shaz has lost his wing about 3 times, unfortunately, with people in front of him, and still managing to probably bring it home in the points here. Panda also had a 10-second and a drive-through penalty at one stage, and he's P9 currently, so he's doing quite well. But I think all of the guys that are reserving in tonight, and obviously Gritto, driver of the day probably, other than China, I mean, if they manage to finish the race with all that chaos, they've done well in my opinion, and should be worthy of looked at from TPs for the silly season, as we know that's next after Div 3 tomorrow, Wednesday. So yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how this race ends up. We've only got 1 more lap. I think Gritto will wrap this up. Ranieri will lose the podium here due to that penalty, and it will be up to sort of Deadly, Fuller and China. I don't think Deadly can do it. He's got a left end plate damage there, so he's probably just opted to take the position behind rather than cause any more issues there and just bring home the points. But still a lot yet to be decided in this middle pack between Arvark, Panda and Naps might just be a little bit far out. They're our closest battles between at the stage. Deadly looks like he might have lost DRS, so I think China's done it. And it's going to be a 1-2 for Red Bull, which is just crazy to say after how it was looking for them before the first red flag, and then obviously after all that chaos with the safety cars and stuff. No one would have probably imagined that, but Gritto will ride on board with him as he crosses the line, because he's done everything right today, and yeah, after all the drama, have managed to bring it across the line in P1, and his teammate will join him on the second step, so that's a great result for Red Bull. Probably the best result you can imagine, as Ranieri will lose that spot, unfortunately. Don't think he might not even lose. Yeah, Deadly just got him there. That was very close between Deadly and Ranieri. I thought Ranieri might have done enough. We'll see here what happens between Arvark and Panda. Panda's thinking about it, but down the... Oh, that was close. Very close at the end there. Min-Mei will cross the line with P11, and that's not a bad result after everything, but geez, he got put through the ringer in that last stint after that safety car. A lot of these guys, this will just be the race to forget, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I think a lot of guys will be happy to put this one in the back of their minds. Well, they probably won't be able to put it in the back of their mind until after everything's sorted out after the race, because there's going to be a fair bit of mess to clean up. But still some great drives from Grido, China, deadly fella up there in third too. He's had a great race, and missed. I want to make a note of Mr. Panda there down in the ninth. He's up 11 positions, so that's a fantastic drive from him, finishing in ninth.
Yeah, we gave two. No one put a poll up. It was between China and Grido. Picked ages ago. But yeah, what a race, man. I mean, like I said, one to forget for a lot, and these guys on the podium managed to capitalise on it, which is good to see. So there's your final results for the race. I mean, a lot of driver position gains there. You can see China started 14 from the grid, so a great drive from him. There's your top three, Deadly, China and Grido. Ranieri only just drops out of the podium due to that penalty, but definitely a great race from him. Kiwi, Dutch, Fat Eagle, Arvark, Panda, Naps, Min-Mei, Bender, ND, Shaz, Daz, Jutsi, and then obviously SJ, Bazar, Quiet Cake and Yog, all retiring unfortunately, which is, I'm sure there's more to come from this race in terms of, the red flag incident, and then everything else that happened after that. All the incidents that pretty much happened after the first red flag were pretty much similar to the first red flag, and we just had a chaotic race from pretty much start to finish. So yeah, very unfortunate for some.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say, Dito. That was for me, it was a super disappointing race for the racecraft and that sort of thing. Super exciting for all the incidents that happened. But I hope these guys can go into silly season, have a bit of a break, and come back refreshed. And hopefully we don't see a repeat of that from the Div 5 guys again.
Yeah, it was just very disappointing, to be fair, from everyone. Well, not from everyone, but from what we've seen tonight. But I'm sure we'll get down to the bottom of it with the steward reports. But hats off to the guys that managed to steer it home. That was chaotic, really. As we'll just wait to see if we can get these guys in the comms box for some quick interviews. Sure, they've got a lot to say.
Yeah, we got Deadly in here. We got China. We're just waiting for the winner, aren't we?
I think so. Yeah, but we could kick it away with Deadly as he's P3.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so I'll let you kick it off, Nishka, as Deadly is my driver.
Yeah, Deadly, mate. Congratulations on the P3. Fair bit of carnage out there today, mate. And sort of talk us through that. How'd you navigate your way through there and end up with that P3?
Oh, Deadly, you there, mate?
Deadly, you there, mate?
I don't think you can hear us. Okay.
What's happening there?
Not sure. We'll jump over to China then, because Deadly's just messaged me saying he can't hear us. So
Yep.
not sure what's happened there, but we'll see if we can get him back in later on. China, mate, P2. I don't know what else to say, mate. That really did not look like at one stage you were going to be on the podium, obviously with the disconnect, all that drama. How just tell us how you did that, mate.
Oh, mate, head down and yeah, just follow the car in front at that stage, mate. I didn't think I'd get to a podium, but there was look, I think I picked up about 5 or 6 places from driver crashes in front of me. So um, yeah, mate, happy to be on the podium. Very surprised. Very messy race from from the outset, but mate, really happy with the podium. That's great.
Yeah, man. I mean, you should be. That you obviously. I'm not sure if you got driver of the day or Gritto. It was between you or your teammate, which either way isn't the end of the world if either one of you got it, mate. But I did vote for you for driver of the day because I thought that was a massive performance to be able to put your car in that position in the end there. So hats off, mate. And yeah, I'm sure you can go and enjoy that with your team after this one. And I'll hand you over to Nishka.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah, China, interesting race, mate. Yeah, a lot of carnage. Congratulations on the P2, man. Did a great job getting back up there, especially after the disconnect. Yeah. How do you feel after that? And heading into silly season, you feel you can build off the back of that now, mate?
Yeah, mate, the heart's pumping there. To be honest, I had Ranieri in my sights in front of me. I know he's slightly quicker than I am, so I felt like if I could keep up with him, then I had a shot. And then I noticed he had the 3 second there, so it was really just about keeping within the three. And mate, race still on. Very happy with the outcome. Silly season's going to be yeah, pretty interesting. No intention to move anywhere, so I'm pretty happy where I am. Red Bull's doing pretty well this year.
Yeah, it's definitely a great performance for you guys tonight with the 1-2, and yeah, after a solid start to the season, it's probably the result you guys were kind of looking for to sort of get back on track, wasn't it?
Yeah, mate, absolutely. I think we're probably a fastest lap away from max points, so and we need them. So mate, very happy with that, and well done to Gritto as well, taking out first place. Obviously reserving in for Bangladesh there. So yeah, mate, well done, and let's keep it going.
Yeah, congrats, mate, and yeah, I'll hand us back to Dito.
Yes, well, good job, obviously, again to China, but we'll just hand over the reins, I think, probably to. I don't think he's. Oh, yes, his teammate is in, so we'll let China go and we'll jump over to his teammate now because, I mean, I'd love to have a chat to Gritto. What a race, mate. I mean, that first stint when all that drama happened on the safety car, I'm not sure what happened there with Jutsi. It looked like he stopped on the track, and you managed to obviously get around and get that 5 second interval. Really helped you out on the soft tires. And then obviously,
yeah, it certainly did.
and then obviously in the end of the race, came to you again, mate, and you managed to get past Ranieri and broke away.
Yeah, no, that first safety car restart, I'm not too sure what happened. It's just the cars came to a standstill, and I was like, well, we probably shouldn't be here, so I let loose, and yeah, had the gap by the time we got to the line, and then yeah, once I got past Ranieri late in the race, I knew it was a management of tyres, and yeah, I was pretty happy to get home.
Yeah, mate, absolutely, and you did very well. Red Bull did very well, P1, P2, so you guys will be absolutely stoked with that. But yeah, mate, I don't have much else to say. You really dominated today, and well done. I'll hand you over to Nishka.
Thanks.
Yeah, Gritto, mate. Congratulations on the P1. Just looked like a case of you being on the right tyre at the right time tonight. Like every time there's a safety car, you're on the right tyre. You had the good pace. Is that how you kind of felt out there?
Yeah, it was an accidental soft start, and we got this early safety car, and then the safety car at lap 7 or 8, which I was coming in anyway for, so it worked out great. And then the safety car at lap 14, I was I'm and an between mediums and hards and went the meds, and yeah, they got home with heaps of spare, so yeah, everything kind of just fell my way tonight.
Yeah, we were interested to see how you'd go, mate. And yeah, reserving in there, and you did a great job, mate. And there'll be a lot of teams looking to pick you up, I think, now, mate.
Yeah, I see that we're heading into silly season. I'll put my name out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, awesome drive tonight, mate. And congratulations. Enjoy the silly season, and I'll hand you back to Dino.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, mate. Well done. And go and enjoy it with your team.
Certainly will.
I'll just try and Deadly Fuller one more time, mate. If you can hear us.
I'm in. Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Obviously very happy from my end on your drive, but looked like you had your fair share of drama having a pit early, I think, with damage from that chaos and at the start, and all sorts of drama happened throughout that race. Just tell us a little bit about what you saw from your end, man, because that was hectic.
Yeah, it definitely was. I definitely got lucky on some of the parts for myself, but I don't know if I'll be having a penalty coming my way with me and Min-May coming together. So we'll just hold off on the third at the moment.
Yeah, mate. Well, obviously, we'll have to wait and see what happens after the race. I think there's going to be a lot of drama in the steward's office throughout that race. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Oh, you must have.
I can't hear you.
That's unfortunate. Delhi's having some mic issues, so we'll just wait for Jutsi to jump in. He's been requested for an interview, but I haven't. He has not jumped in yet, so can't do much about that.
He was in here before. He was in here before Dino.
Oh, okay.
He was in here before. I'll message him now.
It's we've had Deadly, I think's mic's broken or something like that. But yeah, we'll start wrapping the race up until we can get Jutsi in. Not really any words that we can sum that up with. I mean, it was pretty hectic throughout everyone. I'm pretty sure everyone in that race will have something to say about it after. But yeah, other than that, mate, what were your thoughts?
Oh, yeah, my thoughts. Still trying to collect them, to be honest. From the red flag to the amount of safety cars we had it's pretty chaotic. There was still a lot of accidents that happened afterwards, and they weren't safety cars. So yeah, it takes a bit of gloss off some of the guys that did still drive really great races, like the two Red Bulls, Ranieri. These guys at the front, they still drove really great races, but yeah, I think there's a fair few guys that have got to pick themselves up and really start putting in after silly season, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Still waiting for Jutsi to get in. I don't know.
He's in.
Oh, he's in.
Mate.
Okay, Jutsi, mate. I mean, your race was sort of chaotic, really. I mean, I don't really know where to start. Just tell us a little bit about your race from your eyes.
Oh, look, obviously from the result, I'm not too happy. But, I put it on pole, I guess. I mean, I bottled my final run, so a lucky Yog getting a 5th place, and then everyone else just not being able to crack the 39s was huge for me. But starting on pole is always good. Tried to convert it this time, but, unfortunate. I'm not going to talk about the red flag because I'll probably get very angry and say some bad things on stream. But anyway, got away good at the start. That safety car probably kind of ruined me because I had an awesome start. I nearly broke DRS, I think, immediately on Ranieri. And from there, it was kind of just keep it together. At the safety car restart, I experienced a bit of a glitch, and that allowed Greedo to just kind of fly past, which was unfortunate, but, head down, tried to do what I could. And then along the way, I just picked up a little bit of wing damage here and there, and it chipped away at my pace, losing an end plate, and then at one point, I had half of my right front wing. And then safety car came out, so that saved me into the pits. And then I came out and got more wing damage from idiotic drivers at Baku. So, I was really hoping for a podium today to make a statement, but, street circuits are very unforgiving, especially Baku, but I'm really looking forward to Imola.
Yeah, mate. I mean, definitely probably looking for a bit less drama at the next race, mate. But anyway, not a bad result after everything. Just that I don't really know how to sum that race up, mate. But yeah, well done for sticking at it, and I'll hand you over to Nishka.
Yeah, hey mate, unlucky today, mate. It's been a bit of a streak for you with unlucky sort of things happening in races. You definitely got the pace there. It's there for everybody to see. So hopefully after the silly season, mate, with a few more open tracks, not so much these street circuits, we're going to really see the full potential of you. You excited coming into silly season, mate? You got any sort of plans in place yet? Has anybody tried to pick you up yet?
I've had a couple team principals reach out from my performance at Mexico. Probably not so much Baku this time around, but yeah, I mean, a couple pole positions. I'll definitely keep that with me. Imola, I'm quite good at, so a bit more open. If I make a mistake, it won't cost me my race. And really hoping for a podium. I think heading into silly season, we can see who I've gone with.
Oh, that's big news. That's big news because I think there'll be a few. I think there may be some McLaren boys that probably not too happy about that one, but yeah, be interesting to see where you end up, mate. As you say, you're saying it's pretty obvious. So yeah, exciting to see you out there on the track, mate.
Cheers, guys.
Alright, well that's it. We'll wrap it up there. After a pretty chaotic night, I'm pretty sure we're all happy to see the end of that one, mate. But yeah, I'll thank our sponsors before we go. SRC, Simlag, Pagnian and AI369. Don't forget to jump on board with all those guys. But unless you have anything to say, mate, we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, no, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Cheers for tonight, Tito. It was a pleasure being in the box with you, mate. And yeah, we move on to silly season and first the Div 6 and the Div 3, and then on to silly season.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. Obviously, 2 more races before silly season. All the drama starts to unfold. But yeah, until then, we'll see you tomorrow for Div 6, and I'll see you all next week. Cheers, guys.